Glory be to God. Let me share an account that happened between me and a couple some few years back. Just early time that I've been called into the ministry. That this couple called me that they just secured, a work environment, an office, a building. They just got a contract with one of the government establishments to be an agent. They want to be running an agency, and they got a building, a whole building, and they wanted me to pray. To go dedicate it and pray. So I said no problem. So I went with them. We drove down in the heart of this Lagos. We drove down, and it occurred only after it occurred to me. Now they told me that they would be around. They excused themselves that they would come back when I would have been done to come and pick me, that I should go into the facility and pray. So I took my anointing oil. I went into the big building, all big facility was empty, and I began to pray. I was walking around. I was making declaration. I was walking barefoot. Taking over the territory for Jesus and for this person to be able to operate with it. And I was praying. And after I was done, they came back because they had another office somewhere not too far, a small office, so they had become larger and they wanted to move to this facility. So they said if I was done, that I should call them. So I called them. After I was done, and they came and picked me, and we got to their house. And of course, I left from my home as well. Now, there was something funny that actually happened consequent upon this ministry assignment. It then occurred to me after they called me the first day to check on me if I was okay, and I said I was okay to the glory of God. Then it would happen again that the wife would also call me the second day, and he kept calling me the second day to check on me if I was okay, if I was doing well. I said I was okay to the glory of God. Then after about 4 or 5 days, maybe about a week, now I had something to do up in their house, and I got to the house, and the couple opened up in their sitting room. That they said, pastor, even because we have somebody they have known before I even got into ministry, so they called the brother. Brother Nee, you are so powerful, and you're so powerful. Allah know you, God is using you. And I began to marry all what they said with, just quote and unquote a simple quote and unquote ministry assignment that I went for. And I said, how do they really mean? And they opened their mouths and they said that particular building, that the history added that anybody that went into it, that there is this snake from nowhere that normally appears and will bite anyone that comes into that space, and that has been the history of that very building. That number one, that if snake actually didn't appear, that house will also be throwing stones. In Yoruba, one in Soko, that building will be throwing stones. That people have had different, strange encounter in that building, to the extent that building has been left desolate, uninhabited. In fact, they made error. They didn't do their due diligence very well when they got the building, and they were trusting that the God in my life will be able to stop the problem once and for all, because they didn't want to lose their money. Now, they did not tell me. They had all of this information. They did not tell me. They asked me to go into the building. They excused themselves that they were busy in another office. Let me tell you, friends, this kingdom is about power. Power increases its ability to do anything. When Jesus went with the disciples, and when he was leaving them, having trained them in his Bible college for 3 years, he still charged them not to go out, that they should go and tarry at the upper room until they be endued with power. Now, when they opened up their confession, I was shivering. I must confess, I was at that point in time, I was shivering. It came to me, the reason why they've been calling me to check on me every day. They imagined that something evil may have happened unto me. No, except for the God of Israel that kept me, and except for the price of power that by the mercy of God I've also paid and still paying on this journey, I would have been long dead by now. This is the reality of the assignment that you are called. Never be quick to jump out to assignment. I saw recently one young man that has just been called to ministry, that has just been ordinated, and pronto, the next thing I saw was that he was on the mountain, and he was dropping number on the line that people should begin to call for counseling and be calling for prayers, precept upon precept, lines upon line, until thou be endued with power. The outside is not safe for anyone until you pay the price of power. The world may devour even the Christians. My life would have gone for it, but for the power of God.